Welcome back, my friends. It is May 24th, 2021, 3:38 p.m. We got a late start today, but still, this information's very interesting. We got some weird stuff going on, and we got to go back basically 2 or 3 days ago. We're on the USGS chart here for seismic activity, earthquakes all over the world. And right off the bat, we need to notice the 21st moving forward is what I want us to focus on. Now, 2 of these quakes, 6.1 was on May 21st, and then we had the massive 7.3 quake the same day in an area of China that's being focused on for an entirely separate incident. Now, I'm going to do my best here to show you the possible connection and cause of both of these situations, including the Congo volcanic eruption, which is across the world basically causing a horrible situation in the eastern Congo. I'm just going to read some of this for you very quick. A volcanic eruption in eastern Congo left a smoking trail of destruction half a mile wide on Sunday that buried hundreds of houses and left residents searching for missing loved ones before halting just short of the city of Goma. And just bear with me here as we talk about the third event, the second one in China. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this, but a dangerous storm, a freak storm that literally came out of nowhere during an ultra marathon. And this storm struck right in northwestern China on Sunday, claiming the lives of 21 people. And now that we have all that information, what I'm about to show you is, in my opinion, could link all 3 of these events to one thing. And in order to do that, we're going to come right here to spaceweathernews.com, run by an amazing person, an amazing channel, Suspicious Observers, one of the smartest people I've probably ever listened to, bar none. Anyway, in my opinion, we are looking at a direct relationship with the sun. We are currently going through a geomagnetic storm by definition. And to clear up that definition, I have it right here for you on Wikipedia. A geomagnetic storm, commonly referred to as a solar storm, is a temporary disturbance of Earth's magnetosphere caused by a solar wind shock wave and/or cloud of magnetic field that interacts with the Earth's magnetic field. My friends, this directly relates to seismic activity on the Earth. It's been a long-standing theory that the sun directly relates to earthquakes, or at least some of them on Earth. They may not be the reason for all of them, but they're certainly the reason for a lot of them, especially when we are in a solar storm. And as easily as I can explain a solar storm, the sun has explosions constantly. Some are bigger than others, and right now we are getting a lot of them. You are watching the last 48 hours of our sun, and notice this sunspot right here, very active. Over the last 3 days, this sunspot has hurled 6 or 7 solar flares towards Earth at millions of kilometers an hour. This right here is what we call a solar wind chart. So just picture in your mind wind being shot off the sun, and then it takes about 2 to 3 days to reach Earth, and it's literally traveling at these speeds. Here are the numbers on the right related to speed in kilometers, and you get your number of over 500,000 kilometers per hour these solar particles are traveling. They can't be seen by human eyes, so we have these instruments and these satellites that are out in space that measure these for us. And to make this a little more simple for you, this right here, this yellow dot, is Earth. This blue square and this red square are 2 different satellites that are focused on the sun and measure these explosions and these CMEs and this solar wind that comes off the sun and then over time makes it to Earth, depending on what side of the Earth is facing the sun at that time. So that is a key bit of information right here. And at this point, you're probably asking yourself, what do these things have to do with each other? So within a day of each other, we had the 7.3 earthquake right after the 6.8 in southern China. And then within a 24-hour period, we had this surprise weather event take the lives of many, many people out of nowhere. In fact, a lot of the articles are talking specifically about how meteorologists in China did not see this coming, or how they didn't have a plan prepared for it. And the reason is that there was no forecast for this type of storm in any of these areas. This storm seemingly popped out of nowhere, which is leading to the stronger and stronger possibility that this was a direct relation of the solar storm that we're currently in and have been in since this 7.3 earthquake. And every day since then, whatever area of the Earth has been facing the sun and receiving those solar particles has been having some sort of major, quote-unquote, natural weather phenomenon take place. And just yesterday in the Congo, a volcano completely blew its top at the exact same time that part of the Earth was facing the sun, receiving those solar particles. So I can't say for 100%, but the the fact that the major earthquake, then that freak storm, almost like out of a movie, swept all those trained athletes off of a mountainside. And then 24 hours after that, across the world, a major volcanic eruption is taking place right now. And if you look at the global real-time ionosphere map, these areas move depending on which area of the Earth is facing the sun. And at the exact time the volcano went off in the Congo, and previous to that, directly over China, when the 7.3 quake happened, that was the targeted area of the ionosphere. And then 24 to 36 hours later was the freak storm, when this part of the Earth was once again facing the sun. Now, I know this is a lot to take in. Some of you that understand space weather will see exactly what I'm saying here, and others, it may take a few rounds to understand this. It took me a while to figure this out myself, and I'm still learning how to present the space weather part of things to you guys. So, for those of you trying to hang on and figure out exactly what I'm saying here, I'm going to try to piece it together real quick here at the end of the video. So, over the last 3 days, a solar storm from the sun has been clearly affecting the surface of the Earth, whether it's a volcano, whether it's a super rare weather event, or in the form of an earthquake. The fact that all these things happened during a solar storm while we have a sunspot directly facing Earth and very active, not many people that study space weather will tell you any difference. This is absolutely the cause of what we are seeing today. In fact, at this point, with all the situations that have gone on over the last 3 days, it would be harder to prove otherwise than the fact that the sun is the reason for this stuff. So if I can bring any sort of attention to this and any sort of extra eyes to check it out and check these charts, then I'll know it's just a matter of time before you guys start seeing this stuff and pointing it out yourselves, because it's super interesting. All right, my friends, thank you all so much. Shout out to Canada. I'll be back later on tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on when the newest, most important info comes out. But until then, be safe. I'll talk to you all very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.